Hey, if you are a custom furniture maker and you are running paid ads on Facebook or Google or Instagram and they're not working, let me just tell you, it's probably not your ads. It's probably something else. In this video, I'm going to dive into how to fix your ads as a custom furniture maker. Let's dive in. All right, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the podcast. My name is Zach Vaught. I'm your host as always. I'm super honored that you'd spend some time with me and continue to grow and learn as a custom furniture business owner. And I'm super excited about today's topic. I think if you're trying to run paid ads inside of your own custom furniture company and you're not seeing the success that you want, sometimes it's the ads, but most of the time it's not. It's other components of your business that are broken. And so I want to start with a one-liner that I want you to keep in the forefront of your mind every time that you're trying to run paid ads. Ads amplify what's broken in your business. Ads amplify what your business is. Ads are just the megaphone for what you're already trying to say. So if you have an insanely awesome business and you start running ads for it, it's going to amplify all of the insanely great things about your business, and you're probably going to do really well. If you have a business that is broken and scattered and you're a mess and the business is a mess and you start running ads, it's probably going to amplify the fact that you're a mess, all right? And that people shouldn't trust you and shouldn't work with you. Ads are simply an amplifier of what you do and who you are and what your brand represents. So if you're not seeing the results that you want, it's because your ads aren't communicating what your brand is, or they are communicating what your brand is, and that ain't resonating, my friend, with the audience that you're trying to reach. So here's the real problem, okay? Most woodworkers think, I need better ads, need better creatives, I need better targeting with my ads. But when I look at their business, what I find is that their business is indistinguishable from anybody else's. They just look like another furniture company. Right? And so you have to start with, how do I set myself apart? How do I create an offer, or how do I create a brand that just looks better, looks different, communicates differently than all the other furniture companies out there? So you got to start there. You have to stand out. Okay, here's the brutal truth. If you scroll through Facebook and Instagram and you are getting targeted by furniture companies, all of it looks almost exactly the same. It does. It almost looks exactly the same. What you find is every once in a while you'll find something that stands out, and what happens is the one that stands out is probably taking 60 to 70% of the whole market share. The one that stands out, the one that looks good, the one that catches your attention somehow differently is the one that is stealing most of the business. Okay, so when you're talking about running ads, that's one of the first things that you need to know, is that how am I going to set myself apart and steal market share from other companies that all look exactly the same? How do I look different? If I covered up your logo on your ads, would I still know that it's you? Would there be any way to differentiate or tell you apart from all of your competitors? You know, that's a great question to ask. So ads, they're going to amplify your positioning. And so I recently did a video, I think it's maybe 2 videos back. You can go in and you can check it out. But I talked all about how to get out of the garage woodworker pile. All of us start in a garage or a small shop. And the thing about our business is that you can get a drill and get a miter saw and basically a sander, and off to the races. You're a woodworker, right? And so there's a very low barrier of entry. So everybody and their cousin can do that and try to start making money on Facebook Marketplace. So how do you get out of that pile of people? And it's really through positioning. You got to position yourself as a high-end quality brand, okay? So with all that, here's the 4 reasons that your ads probably aren't working if they're not working. Number 1 is that you're a commodity. You have no clear identity. You haven't defined who are you for. Who do you serve? You probably, just to be honest, talk all about you in your ads. You don't talk about the customer or what they want. You haven't given them any good reason to choose you compared to your competition. So the reality is that you're just another option in a sea of options. You have to get out of the people pile. You have to position yourself differently. Here's the second problem that you have, is that your work has no narrative. What do I mean when I say that? Your work doesn't tell a story. You're not communicating a story. You're not telling stories inside of your business. All you do is talk about the product. Yep, built this great table. Check this out. Built this great table. Check this out. You need to tell the stories about how people found you and what these mean to them. And hey, you know, we cut down a tree on their property and we milled it for them. And this is going to be a piece of their history that lasts for the next 100 years in their family. Like, stories really pull people in. And so facts can help, but people buy emotionally. They buy emotionally and then they justify it with logic. They don't buy logically and justify it with emotions. They buy emotionally and they justify it with logic. And so you need to be able to position it in a way, position your brand, position your products in a way that tell a story. When's the last time you told a story inside of your business? When's the last time that you communicated to your customers something incredible that happened? Or you communicated why you do what you do and why it matters? There's no emotional connection to what you're saying. Also, just FYI, inside of the custom furniture industry, you're primarily going to be communicating with women. If you're successful, 85% of your communications are probably going to be with women. They're going to make the decision on what they want, and they're going to, obviously, if they're the breadwinner in the family, they're just going to pull the trigger and they're going to do it. If they're married to the breadwinner, they're going to go talk to their husband, say, hey, babe, this is what I want to do. This is how much it is. Let's go. Let's pull the trigger. He's not emotionally invested. And he honestly probably doesn't make a whole lot of emotional buying decisions in terms of home decor and furniture. He buys stuff like a Corvette and a sick new pair of white New Balance and a pair of jean shorts. He's probably what he's all about, right? But for her, she wants to build a home that she loves. She wants to build a dining area that she wants to sit down with her family at every day. So with that, you're selling to emotional people, and you need to create an emotional connection with your brand. And so people don't buy tables, they buy what that table represents in their home. Your work has no narrative. You need to start selling a story and telling more stories. And the third big problem is that your brand doesn't signal premium. Okay, this is one of the biggest things we have to work through with guys inside of the Woodworking Business Accelerator program. If we're going to charge premium prices, we cannot do that looking like Joe Smo. We can't do that looking like a thrown together business. We have to build a legitimate business, right? We have to have great photography, great website, great videos, great systems and processes and structures and communication rhythms, and we have to build the business. And if you think you're just going to come in and start selling $5,000 dining table sets with a drill and a miter saw, you're not. You got to build a business, right? And your brand has to signal premium. Again, I talk about this in a lot of my videos, but if you go and you look at premium brands, you go to rh.com, which is Restoration Hardware. They're a multi-billion-dollar a year furniture company and home decor company. You go look at potterybarn.com. Again, they're a billion-dollar furniture company. What are they signaling? What is their brand telling you? And tell me, would you feel more comfortable buying a $3,000 table from them or from the dude that has never built a brand, that has never built a legitimate company, that's trying to sell a $3,000 dining table on Facebook Marketplace? Now, the one thing that you do have as a small business and a small brand is you have a personality, you have a story. You have kids that have dance lessons that you need to pay for, and you have a way to connect with your local community. These big brands don't have that. They don't have a soul. They don't have a face. And so if you can be a human and people can connect with you, you can build something meaningful inside of your local area. The fourth one here that I'm just going to throw out, this is, again, I added this right before I got started. I added this because I think it's going to be helpful for you. The fourth problem, your ads aren't working. And this is kind of the last one that I'm going to pull up, but it is legitimate, is that you have no idea what the heck you're doing. Like if you're trying to run ad campaigns, you are flying by the seat of your pants. Dude, you need to learn from somebody that has done what you're trying to do. I see this all the time, and it's so frustrating because I'll talk to guys. I talk to 3 or 4 guys a day usually in terms of people that are interested in the Woodworking Accelerator program. And every once in a while I'll talk to a guy and he's like, yeah, I've ran some ads and just couldn't get anything to work for me. And I was like, okay, yeah, tell me about that. Like, how much money were you spending in terms of your budget? Did you have somebody running those for you? Were you running them? If you were running them, where did you learn how to run them? And I usually get the same response. Well, I was just trying to do my best to put something together. It's like, listen, bro, like if you don't know what you're doing, you're literally just throwing money in a dumpster trying to run ads. Like learn how to run them or hire somebody to run them for you. But just jumping into the ads platform without really educating yourself is just a recipe for disaster. And when I say educating yourself, the one thing I want to get across is that you can learn how to like kind of set up a campaign, but then what do you do if that campaign doesn't work? Where do you go from there? And that's what you need to learn, is you need to learn how to think like a marketer, learn how to think like an advertiser, how to pivot when stuff doesn't work. And sometimes stuff doesn't work. Like I would consider myself an extremely good marketer. And even still, sometimes we launch campaigns and they don't work. And so with that, you need to understand, how can I pivot? How can I make changes? If my lead quality is really low, if I'm getting a bunch of bad leads, how do I get better leads? Also, sometimes it may be that you're not getting bad leads. It might be that you just suck at sales. You don't know how to sell. You don't know how to follow up with people. You don't know how to give proposals. And you're losing all of your like legit leads because you just have a terrible sales process, right? Anyway, 90% of the guys that I talk to that have run ads before had zero substantial training or coaching on how to correctly do it. And then they get frustrated and they act like it doesn't work. That's the one thing that they'll say to me is, yeah, this just doesn't work for me. This is like you walking outside and me handing you a bike, and you've never ridden a bike before. And you get on the bike and you start trying to ride it and you fall down and you get up and you kick the bike and you say, bikes are a scam. Bikes don't work. Well, so funny because right down the road, I see another person riding a bike, and over here I see a person riding a bike, and I see another person riding a bike over here. I don't think bikes are the scam. I think you don't know how to ride it, right? And it's the same exact way with Facebook ads. There are hundreds of thousands or maybe even millions of companies that are crushing with Facebook ads right now. But everyone that I talk to that's a woodworker that's tried to manage or run their own ads, oh, well, ads are a scam. Well, if it's such a scam, then why are hundreds of thousands or millions of companies still doing it? It's not a scam. You got to learn how to play the system, right? You got to learn how to do it correctly, okay? So here's what actually fixes ads. Number one is clear positioning. We build X for Y. We are a custom table company specifically for families. We're a custom table company specific for businesses. We are an outdoor furniture company for people that love to spend their time outside. We are a built-in and cabinet company for people that are building and remodeling houses. You got to be clear in your messaging, okay? Your ads now have a sense of direction. People that see it that don't resonate with your message immediately skip past your ads, and you don't end up talking to a bunch of people that aren't interested. But people that do resonate with the ads, they really resonate with the ads, right? They're like, man, you're talking specifically to me. Number two is you got to fix your visual authority. You need consistent high-end photography and videography inside of your business. This should feel like a brand and not a side hustle. If it feels like a side hustle to you, imagine what it feels like to the people you're trying to sell to. Even if it is a side hustle, it can't look and feel like a side hustle. It's got to feel like you're going pro. Okay, you got to go pro. Number three is differentiation. What do you do differently? Is it your designs or your styles, or is it the product itself? Is it the experience that you provide? Is it the process you walk people through? Is it the offer that you create? Is it the outcome you provide? Is it the customer service? Is it the warranties? Is it the pricing? What is it? What's different about you? Is it the story that you're telling? How do you set it up so that you're different? You got to think through that. If somebody said, why should I pick you? If you can't answer that, then you need to work on that. You need to become differentiated in your brand. And because remember, ads are going to scale what's there. Ads don't fix what's broken. They scale what's broken. And then fix number four is that you need to have a thorough understanding of what you're doing. So if you're watching this video right now and you're a custom furniture maker or cabinetry company and you're trying to run your own ads and you're beating your head against the wall, dude or dudette, quit. Go find somebody that can help you learn how to run your own ads, or let somebody that's an expert at it handle it for you. And the truth is, your time is probably spent better elsewhere. If you're trying to scale a company, it may be spent better elsewhere. If you're already a successful company and you've got some time on your hands and you want to keep everything in-house, learning from the right guy or the right girl that has been doing it, has a track record of doing it, is going to be a good move, and you can keep it in-house. Everybody's situation is different. I talk to people every day that are like, dude, I don't want to run my own ads. I want you to run them for me. And I talk to people that are like, no, I want to know. I want to bring it in-house. I want to do it myself. And so with that, if you're watching this video and you are trying to get into ads, you're trying to scale, or you're already running ads and you're having problems, I want to invite you to check out the Woodworking Business Accelerator program. Inside of that program, we have two different options. And so the first is where we work with you on a month-to-month recurring relationship, and we're going to run your ads for you. You're not going to have to even worry about it. You're just going to handle the leads that come in. We have a proven process, a proven strategy that's generated literally millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars in furniture sales in the last 5 or 6 years. So we have an insane track record. I could give you literally 150 case studies of how we helped guys scale through ads, okay? Now, if you're like, man, I want to run ads myself, we can teach you how to run your own ads inside of the Woodworking Business Accelerator program as well. And so if you're like, man, I want to learn exactly how to do it to consistently generate results, to get an 8, 10, 12, 15x return on my ad spend month over month, we can help you do that. We can give you the exact system to do that. In fact, I want to tell you, Alex from Southpaw Furniture got on the phone with me a couple weeks ago, and he was thinking about joining. He's already running ads, but he's just not seeing the results that he wants. He's already got a business doing like 30 grand a month, like a pretty successful business. He's trying to take it to 100 grand. We taught him our strategy for running ads. He started spending money on our ad campaign and spent $122 in ads and closed a $7,700 furniture deal off of that ad campaign and a $3,500 deal off of that ad campaign. Did over $10,900 in furniture sales in his first $122 in ad spend after he had spent six or 8 grand in the last 2 months trying to run ads on his own with no success. So with that, if you're serious and you're trying to scale a company, this is how we do it. this is what works. This is the path, my friend. Walk in it, okay? So if you're interested in learning more, click the third link in the description below. Fill out an application for the Woodworking Business Accelerator program. Book a call. After you book a call, you're going to be redirected to a short video that explains exactly what we do, how it works, and why it's working. And then we'll hop on a call. And then we'll talk about your unique business and how you can start scaling it. So with that, if you haven't subscribed yet and you're trying to grow your custom furniture or woodworking or cabinetry business, what are you doing with your life? Click that subscribe button. Leave me a comment. I appreciate you guys. Thanks again so much. And I'll see you all in the next one.